Hello YouTube, it's Darthsteve333 here again for a very quick pickups video. Been a bit quiet recently, haven't really picked up much of great interest over car boots recently. In fact, a couple of 3 weeks ago I went to two on the same day and came home with nothing whatsoever. So yeah, slim pickings recently, up until about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So I thought it was time to do a pickups video. So here it is. Right, so what should I start with? Probably start with these. Some recent games. Obviously I haven't cracked these open yet. Got this from a sort of second-hand shop. It's Quantum Break for the Xbox One. Looking forward to giving that a try. Next one. Well, the next three are actually all picked up from Asda. It looked like they were clearing out the games to get ready for the Christmas games. So some that I've got an interest in, or have seen good reviews on, or have played a demo of recently. So the first of those is one that I did actually have a go on the free weekend. It's Rainbow Six Siege. As you can see, it was reduced from 27 to 15 quid. Not an enormous saving, because I think you can get it brand new for about 20 anyway, but I figured that was a good point to pick it up. Next one is Far Cry Primal, same sort of deal basically, reduced from 35 to 15. And the last one of these was one that I've heard lots of good things about, and I couldn't resist it because it's a limited edition, although I don't know if there's a standard edition out there. I certainly haven't seen it if I can remember. And this is reduced from 19 to 15, so again not a great saving, but it's Life is Strange. So I'll be playing those in the run up to Christmas or over the Christmas break, so good stuff. Going to the other side of the current gen. Picked this up for £7.50. I'm a big fan of their work, as you might say. It's Rebellion software. I like the Sniper Elite games. I've got designs on getting the VR eventually, which I'll touch on later. And I do have a digital copy of Battlezone that I actually won from watching their live stream on the night before the launch of the VR. I may have mentioned that in a previous video, but yeah, so it's Rebellion software. This was £7.50, couldn't resist it. Zombie Army Trilogy, so quite pleased with that. And more recent game, Dishonored 2, which I played at Eurogamer, enjoyed it a lot. My wife's actually playing this at the moment, so as you can see, no disc in there at the moment. But I've said once she's finished with it, I shall have a go. What else? I may have mentioned this previously. This was £5. It was from the recycle centre. It's one of the DS's that I haven't got. I think I have mentioned this before. It's a DSi. Bit scruffy. I need to clean that up. Yeah, the more I talk about it, the more I seem to think I might have mentioned that in the previous pickups video. So I'll skip quickly past that. But £5, very good. Picked this up yesterday. 360 game that I don't have. There's not too many of those. I wouldn't by any stretch of the imagination say I've got anything like a full collection, but BlazBlue Continuum Extend, it was £2.99 from a charity shop. It's been rated highly by IGN, an excellent fighting game that shouldn't be missed, so I should give it a go. Whoops, provided I don't break it. Now I mentioned previous that I'm planning to try and pick up a PlayStation VR. Unfortunately I can't drop £350 like that on something as much as I might want it, especially not with it being personally birthday season kicking off now, and obviously Christmas coming up, so I'm trying to be clever about it. So the first part of the clever plan is to make use of some Sainsbury's Nectar points that I earned the other week. They had a sort of bonus points promotion whereby every transaction you did over a certain weekend gave you a voucher, and that voucher gave you a random number of free Nectar points. So I was a little clever. I sort of, well, clever in inverted commas, filled my car up in stages, got a voucher on each occasion. Cutting a long story short, I earned about 25 quid's worth of Nectar points, and now this week they're running a double Nectar points thing where you can sort of cash in, if you like, up to £20 worth of Nectar points, and they double it. So I did that for the electronics department, and today I just put a £5 towards this. So this cost me effectively a £5. It's the PlayStation camera. So obviously, as you can see, not opened it yet. Literally come home with it this afternoon. I'm on half day from work, so I shall set that up this evening. So that's one of the first steps in trying to work my way towards a PlayStation VR. The other thing that I'm doing is obviously any sort of birthday or Christmas money I get, I'm going to put towards it, and I'm sort of trying to build up some trading credit for computer exchange. They did actually bring the price of the VR console, the VR headset down to the same price as buying one brand new, which is a little cheeky still, but it's actually increased again by 30 quid this week, so it's gone up again. It's gone sort of down from £500 to 450 to 410 to 395 to 350, and now it's gone up to 380 again. So I can bide my time, I can wait. I'd rather not, but you know. Miscellaneous pickup here. Got this last weekend. It's the DS, or it could be a 3DS power supply. I forget. I think it's the DS Lite. Anyway, I picked up this and one which fits my SP. So I've got a couple of boxed Game Boy Advance SPs. One of which is my memory's gone. 101, the AGS 101, the sort of American or overseas very good backlight. So that's my pride and joy. I've also got a normal UK spec pink one, but it came with no charger, so I've reunited it with a charger. So I can't show you that; it's in this box. What next? Probably best to show you this next. This is the object of a few years worth of looking. I was on eBay basically, and every so often I search for this particular game, and it's always very expensive, or at least what I consider to be very expensive. This one had a battered case. The rest of it looked pretty good condition, from the pictures at least. So I decided to go for it. It was buy it now at £23, so not cheap by any means, but it is. The final piece of my PS1 Final Fantasy jigsaw, and that is Final Fantasy Origins. And as you can see, I've done a case transplant on it. It's got the manual in very nice condition, and it's got the art cards, which you can see here. So I'm very pleased with that. And obviously there's the 2 discs, and obviously the back of the box. So yeah, like I said, I've been looking for that for a while, and every time you get anything close to one in decent nick, the price, if it's auction, tends to fly up, or it's quite expensive in the first place. So I was very pleased to get that. So right, on to the last bit of this little mini pickup video. I went to the big local car boot recently, 2 weekends ago. And it wasn't a great start. It was. I thought I was going to walk away with nothing again. Excuse me a moment. But as it turned out, it was pretty good. I was trying out. I've got one of these GoPro type knockoff type cheapy versions, which I've been trying to capture some footage with only limited success. I sort of did capture some footage, which I might stick on to the end of the video. I might not, but it didn't really capture me finding anything of any great importance. So I might just leave it and wait until I actually get some footage of me getting something decent. It's a shame it didn't capture things, because I found a few decent bits and bobs. Probably the first thing to show you is this. This cost me £1, I think. It's a Game Gear game. It's Psychic World. Very nondescript sort of picture, really. But yeah, that was £1, I believe. Saw a guy there with an Amiga, quite yellowed. And I got chatting to him. It turns out he collects, and I said to him, I says, "You'll miss that, won't you sell it, won't you?" And he says, "No, I've got a very nice condition one, which he obviously intends to hold on to." So obviously raising a few quid to buy some more games, it would seem. And I got chatting to him, and we talked about Retro Pi, you know, the Raspberry Pi and the emulation station and all that. And he showed us some projects he'd been working on. Brilliant. He got like a Zelda chest that you opened up, and he got the innards of a battered old SNES in there, and it made the Triforce sound, I believe, when you opened the chest. I was sort of in awe, so I was only half listening to him, but you know, some of this kit he's put together is lovely. Anyway, got chatting to him, and I picked this up, couldn't resist it, even though the box is a bit battered. I only ever had this as a copy back in the day, and this is obviously, says here, part of the Amiga Chaos pack, not for resale. That should be a bit of a clue. It's the Chaos engine, obviously for the Amiga, and as you can see, it's got everything it should do. Got the discs in there. Whether they work or not, I haven't had a chance to test yet. I need to grab the Amiga down out of the loft, and there's the manual. So very happy with that. That cost me £5, which I was more than happy to give him. So I proceeded round. Saw a chap selling some games which I'll return to, because that's probably the highlight, if you like. Continued on, found a few bits and bobs, some of which I've picked up for sort of trading in purposes to get funds for the VR, and happened upon someone else in one of the other halls, and he'd got a selection of older stuff as well, which I was quite surprised to see. Atari ST games, and he'd actually got BBC game Revs by Jeff Crammond, which I'd have absolutely loved to have picked up. In fact, in retrospect, I wish I had. Even though I haven't got a BBC, you never know, one day I might do. And it does hold a bit of a memory for me, because when we had those at school, we used to sneak a copy of Revs in. When the teacher wasn't about, we used to play Revs instead of doing whatever we were supposed to be doing in the IT class. So it would have been nice to have picked that up. So yeah, looking back, I should have done that really, but I did pick up some things which I was very happy with anyway. These two were, in fact all of these were £2 each, I think. Yes, I think they're all £2 each. So this one I had for the Spectrum. I used to love the arcade game, and it's obviously a re-release of said game. It is Zybots, which is a little sort of first-person shootery type game by Atari. And there's the disc, there's the manual. I'll show you the back. Whether that zooms in, I'm not sure. But yeah, you can play 1 or 2 players, and you're sort of going through a maze. Sort of like a cross between Doom and Dungeon Master, I suppose. You know, shoot at bad guys and so forth, get pickups. I used to love it. Next one I was very pleased to see. Again, I only ever had this and the first game as copies, so nice to pick this up, even though it's a budget release. And it is, again for the Atari, Turrican 2, The Final Fight. And as you can see on the back there, those of you may be familiar with Turrican 2. Quite a valuable game on the consoles, I believe. But there's the disc, and there's the budget manual. Brilliant game. brilliant game. Really love that. And the first one. So I need to try and find the first one now. Last game that I picked up from this guy is again for the ST. Makes me quite pleased that I picked up an STE with 1 meg memory in, because this one does require 1 meg, and it is Ultima 6, The False Prophet. Never played it, but celebrated 10 years of Ultima. But again, it's in really nice nick. Again, I need to test it because the ST's up in the loft. But there's the discs. And amongst the other stuff that we have in here, we've got a reference guide, another reference guide, which obviously it would seem is multi-language, a compendium, which I think is like a book of spells and methods, bit of background, fantastic stuff. And as you'd expect with a game of this type, we've got a nice big map, not a cloth map, but very nice regardless. So yeah, very pleased to get that. And like I said, if I remember correctly, that was £2 as well. So yeah, like I say, in retrospect, I was talking to the chap, and he also seemed to be a collector, selling off some things that he probably had doubles of or didn't want to play anymore. Might even be that they don't work anymore, but I shall soon test them out anyway. So returning to the last things that I'm going to show you on this video, I was very surprised to see one of the sellers with a bunch of NES games, and there were 2 of them that I was particularly interested in. Believe me, I'd have got the lot if I could have afforded it, but 2 most notable ones I undenied about. I asked how much they were. He got them sorted into piles. I think some were £5 each, some were £10 each, and a couple were £20 each. I was interested in one of the £10 ones and one of the £20 ones. Asked him if he'd do a deal, and he says no, to be honest, they're cheap as they are. The £20 one that he said about, he says, oh, these go for 50-60 quid on eBay. I says, not so sure about that, probably a box copy, yeah. He's like, oh no. So I decided to play them and says, oh right, okay. Because my mind was going like the clappers, and I was thinking, well, I've been looking out for this for a while now, and I doubt I'd be able to get it any cheaper. And if I looked at it realistically using my head, the 2 games that I was going to get, 30 quid for the pair is pretty bloody good in the first place anyway. So first one I picked up, Super Mario Brothers 2. Now I'm not sure if you can make that out there, but just down here you'll see it's not actually a UK one. It is PAL, I believe, excuse me, but it's a French version, which I found out when I got home. I should have also looked at the back where it obviously says attention, and something there I will probably destroy. Va schwung, which I'm assuming means caution or attention, but obviously yeah, I need to basically get one of my Nintendo Entertainment Systems and do the, I think it's the 10 NES chip modification, so that I can play all regions. I found that out when I put it in. I thought, oh dear, I've been sold a duffer here to start with, and then it did the flashing red light, and I was like, okay, and then it sort of flashed up to the title screen and then flashed off again, flashed up to the title screen, flashed off again. So yeah, I need to do that. Now I'm currently in 2 minds. I've got this one, which is my #1 system, and I've got my backup system. I think I'm going to try and perform the 10 NES mod on my backup system, just in case I make a mess of it. Anyway, returning to the point, the other one is a PAL version. It's in pretty decent nick. It's got a little bit of label damage on the bottom right hand corner as you look at it, but looking at my past videos, I actually played this particular game for the first time ever this summer at the revival event, the what do they call it, retro revival solstice at the Walsall football ground. And those of you with good memories or weren't asleep during the video will recall that this is a bit of a clue to it. It's actually Castlevania. So like I say, that one cost me 20 quid and it works a treat. Already tested it and had a good go. Really enjoyed it again. So yeah, like I say, this and Mario 2, albeit a French copy, I think probably is not a bad deal. So even though I wasn't able to knock him down from 30 quid for the two, I think I've still done okay. So that is pretty much that really. Like I say, been otherwise pretty slim pickings, but with the visit to the car boot recently, I don't think I can complain too much. So anyway, I will crack on. I've now got to put a video together for the Tubers High Score Challenge, which yeah, I need to submit this weekend really. So yeah, I need to get my arse in gear. So yeah, you'll probably see another video in a day or two's time with that. Obviously have a look if you're interested. If you're not, don't worry about it. It's I think it's Wonder Boy 3. I'll have to double check it, but yeah, I'll post an effort soon. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks for those of you that are subscribed. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for the prolonged absence, but you know, I'll only post videos if there's something worth showing you. So yeah, obviously pickups wise, you know, I'm not going to post anything if I haven't picked anything up. Right, so anyway, I'm waffling on again. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.